Dear students, again welcome back to your history class, and the chapter which I am going to do today is Middle East Israeli-Palestine conflict from 1916 to 1993. Okay, so this is the last chapter from your history syllabus. Again, this is the last chapter from your history syllabus. Middle East Israeli-Palestine conflict from 1916 to 1993. And today we are going to do just two topics, that is background. First we are going to do background, okay, and Hussein McMohan letters. So please pay attention. Background: Arab is a land of ancient civilization. So Arabia was the land of the ancient civilization, and in biblical times Palestine was the homeland of the Jews people. So in the Bible also it is written that this Palestine was the homeland of the Jews. And Palestine, it is part of what? It is part of Arabia. Okay, so the Jews, they lived in Palestine, and Palestine was part of Arabia. The Jews were known as the Palestinians. It is claimed that one Egyptian emperor of Pharaoh, that is the king of Egypt, banished means to drive away the Jewish people from Palestine. So it is written in Bible that one of the king of Egypt chased away the Jews from Palestine. And this is known in Bible as the Great Exodus. After that, the Jews, they lost their homeland and they were scattered all over the world. But it should be remembered that a good section of the Jews, they continued to live in Palestine as a minority people. So after the king of Egypt chased away all the Jews from Palestine, now these Jews, they got dispersed all over the world. They got scattered all over the world, and they lost their homeland in Palestine because they were chased from Palestine. But still there were few number of Jews. They were still living in Palestine, but they were very less in numbers. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Arabs, they rose as a conquering race embracing Islam. So on the other side, the Arabs, they were slowly coming to power, and they followed the Islamic religion. Under their prophets and caliphs, prophets, their religious leader, caliphs are their political leader. They conquered and migrated to different parts of Arabia. So these Arabs, okay, they had become very powerful, and they started to conquer different regions, and they had become very powerful under their caliphs, okay, that is their political and religious leader, prophets and caliphs. They made Palestine as a part of Arab homeland. So Palestine was part of Arabia. As you all know, we already did this in the beginning. Palestine was part of Arabia, so they made Palestine as a part of Arab homeland. So they took this Palestine also part of their homeland, but Palestine actually belonged to the Jews. Okay, on the other side, Arab claimed that Palestine was part of Arabia and belonged to the Arabs. They were majority in that country and considered Palestine as part of Arabia. So they were majority. So the Arabs were majority in that country and considered Palestine as part of Arabia. Before the First World War, the Sultan of Turkey was the Lord of Arabia. Now Arabia was under whom? It was under the Sultan of Turkey. Sultan of Turkey ruled Arabia. The Sultan's governor, okay, the governors of the Sultan were known as Pashas. They ruled Arabia, including Palestine. Okay, so Arabia at the time was under whose rule? It was under the rule of the Sultan of Turkey, and Sultan of Turkey had governors. Okay, these governors looked after the different parts of Arabia, and they were known as Pashas. Now, the geographical situation of Palestine was very, very important. A part of Palestine is situated on Suez Canal. Now, Suez Canal was an important sea route for trade, and most of the European countries were using this Suez Canal for trade. So, part of Palestine is situated on Suez Canal, and most important water route between Europe and Africa. So, this Suez Canal was the sea route between Europe and Africa. From this Suez Canal, trade used to take place. Another part is situated on the Mediterranean Sea. So another part of Palestine was on Mediterranean Sea, another sea route which was important for trade. Possession of Palestine provides partial control on the strategic sea route. That means if you control Palestine, that means you have control over this sea route. The discovery of oil fields. Now another oil field was discovered in Palestine and Arabia, and this made the possession, that is control of Palestine, tempting to European colonial powers. So European powers, colonial powers like Britain, France, Britain, Dutch, Portuguese, they were very much tempted to control Palestine, because if they control Palestine, they'll have control over Suez Canal, they'll have control over Mediterranean Sea, and oil. They also discovered oil fields in Palestine. So because of all these factors, the European powers also wanted to control Palestine. The Arabs, they were very proud of the Islamic religion and culture. Though they lived under the Turkish rule of the Sultan, they had nothing but hatred for the Turks. So though the Arabs, they lived under the rule of the Sultan of Turkey, but they hated the Turks. They belonged to the same religion, Islamic religion. The Turks and the Arabs, they followed Islamic religion, but they hated each other. The Grand Sharif King Hussein of Mecca, the Grand Sharif King Hussein of Mecca, he was the symbol of unity of every quarreling Arabian tribes who were very much clannish. Now, this King Hussein, King Hussein, Hussein. So this King Hussein of Mecca, he was the person to unite all the Arabian tribes. He was to unite all the quarreling Arabian tribes, and he was very, very clannish. That means he just favored his clan, his group, the community. He held his office in hereditary capacity. Hereditary, that after him his son became the next Grand Sharif King of Mecca. It was hereditary. So are you all clear with the background? So this was the background of Arabia or Palestine. Now the next is Hussein McMohan letter. So this again, the next is the Hussein McMohan letter. So we finished with the background, Hussein McMohan letters. So what was this Hussein McMohan letters? With the outbreak of the First World War, the British government decided to drive away the Turks from Arabia and Middle East. Now, when the First World War broke out, now what Britain decided to do? British decided to drive away the Turks, because Turkey, the Sultan of Turkey ruled Arabia. So what Britain wanted to do? British government wanted to drive away the Turks from Arabia and Middle East. As the Sultan of Turkey was an ally of Kaiser's Germany, because the Sultan of Turkey was partner with whom? Germany, and Germany was the rival of Britain. Germany was rival of Britain, so Sultan of Turkey was partner with Germany. So because of this, what Britain wanted to do? The British government wanted to drive away the Turks from Arabia. And the British agents contacted the Grand Sharif King Hussein of Mecca to give a call to the faithful Muslims to wage a jihad against the Turks. Now, the British wanted help from King Hussein of Mecca to drive away the Turks from Arabia, because King Hussein, the Arabs, they hated the Turks, and Arabia was ruled by the Sultan of Turkey. They were ruled by Turks. So British wanted to drive away the Turks from Arabia and wanted help from King Hussein to drive away the Turks. The British agents like Colonel Lawrence, he is also known as the Lawrence of Arabia, Major Hogarth, and there were many more who sowed the seed of deep discord between Arabs and the Turks, though they belonged to the same faith. So British agents like Colonel Lawrence, Major Hogarth, and there were many other British agents, and what did they do? They sowed the seed of discord dispute, between the Arabs and the Turks. Though the Arabs and the Turks, they belong to the same religion. The conflict now, who was here? It was the British agents who sowed this discord between the Arabs and the Turks. Secret correspondences, that is secret letters, were exchanged between King Hussein and General McMohan. Who was General McMohan? At that time he was the High Commissioner of Egypt. So McMohan, General McMohan and King Hussein, there were several letters which were exchanged, which were written by them, secret letters. And their correspondence, a very important historic document, is known as Hussein-McMahon letter. So these letters which were exchanged between King Hussein of Mecca and McMohan is known as Hussein-McMahon letters. The British, in this letter, what was promised? The British promised King Hussein independent Arabia after the end of the war. Then King Hussein would automatically succeed as the king of Mecca and the descendant of the Prophet. The British encouraged the Arabs to revolt against the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire is the Turkish Empire, which had become a German ally in the First World War. Now, in this letter, it was written that if King Hussein helped Britain to drive away the Turks, the Ottoman Empire, drive away the Turks from Arabia, then independent Arabia would be given to King Hussein. The letter declared that Arabs would declare revolt in alliance with United Kingdom. In return, the United Kingdom would recognize Arab independence. So in the letter it was written that if Arabs, they helped the British to drive away the Turks from Arabia, independent Arabia would be given to King Hussein. The Hussein-McMahon letters conspicuously did not mention the portion of Palestine, but in this letter Palestine was not written because Britain did not want to give, because we already talked about the geographical situation. It was part of Arabia, part of Palestine was located near Suez Canal, part of it was located near Mediterranean Sea, and it also had oil fields. So British did not want to give Palestine to King Hussein. So Palestine was nowhere mentioned in this letter. But what King Hussein wanted? He wanted Palestine as well along with Arabia. In the subsequent years, in the letter McMohan declared, I feel it my duty to state and I do so definitely and emphatically that it was not intended by me in giving this pledge to King Hussein to include Palestine in the area in which Arab independence was promised. So in the letter he had written that Palestine would not be included in this. In this letter he had written that I promised to give Arabia to King Hussein, but Palestine would not be included in Arabia. So pan-Arab nationalism swept the Arab people, but King Hussein failed to get what he and his people desired. So King Hussein, he was not happy because he did not get what he and his people means the people of Arabia desired. What they desired was, along with Arabia, they wanted Palestine. But nowhere in the letter it was written that Palestine would be granted to King Hussein and people of Arabia. So this is about the Hussein-McMahon letter. I'm going to stop here. So today I did about the background of Palestine and Arabia, from the biblical period, then how on the other side, how the Jews were chased from Palestine. Palestine was the homeland of the Jews, but Pharaoh, one of the Egyptian rulers, chased away the Jews and they got scattered all over the world. On the other side, the Arabs, they came to power, and Arabia, so as Palestine was part of Arabia, they claimed that Palestine belonged to Arabs. And the geographical situation, we did about the geographical situation of Palestine and the Hussein-McMahon letter. I'm going to stop here. Thank you.